Good morning. Last week, we learned about calculating depreciation using the straight line method of calculation. I asked you to do the on your own on page 32 for assessment. I'd like you to take a look at the teacher's answers for page 32 on your own. And I want you to compare your answers with mine just to see if you were accurate. They gave you a relatively complex problem in that you were depreciating an 8-year schedule. So please check your ending book value for each year on this side. Make sure that you have all of the heading information correct. And this is the bottom problem. The shredder, which is straight line as well, 5 years. But I hope you made note that it's sold or it's bought in the middle of the year. So please double check this first year for depreciation, because your annual depreciation for this problem is a straight line 240, but it's only 140 for that first year and only 100 for that last. This morning, what I would like to teach you is this is a plant asset record. And it's not any new concepts, but it's a new look at what a plant asset record looks like. And you're going to need to be in your textbook on page 545, and this is your workbook, page 33. You'll find the information to fill in all of this heading on page 545 for the work together. 241 is your plant asset record number. Your general ledger account number is 1215. It's a computer monitor. A computer monitor is store equipment. It was purchased on January 3rd, 2001. Therefore, you're going to depreciate that entire first year. Here's the serial number. The original cost was $560. The estimated useful life is 5 years. And the estimated salvage value is $60. Now you're going to do the same math as you did for previous problems. So if we take, and please make sure you have a calculator in front of you, if you take the original cost, $560, subtract the estimated salvage value of $60, and you multiply that by 5 years, your annual depreciation is going to be $100. So for a plant asset record, you're going to put the $100 straight across in this first column, because that's always going to be your annual depreciation expense. Now, remember, we purchased this asset at the beginning of the calendar year, so that's why this is the full $100. If we had a problem where it is in the middle of the year or the third month of the year, you're going to do that calculation where you would take the 100 and then divide by the 12 months out of the year to see how much per month the depreciation would be. But in this case, it's all $100. Your accumulated depreciation is, once again, going to be your annual depreciation plus what you've spent in the past. So we're going to take our 560, subtract our annual depreciation to get our 460 here. Then we're going to add the two 100s to get our $200 annual depreciation. And then you're going to subtract the 100 from the 460 to get 360. And then you're going to take the 200 plus the 100 to get $300 accumulated depreciation. And then you're going to subtract the 100 from the 360 to get 260. So that's a plant asset record. another scenario, and this one again was in October. So I want you to copy down the information for this header, which is 242 is our plant asset record. Our general ledger account is 1205. It's a notebook computer and it's office equipment. It was purchased in October. The serial number was GY1281. The original cost was $27.50. 4-year depreciation, estimated salvage value being $350. And again, we're using straight line. So for this problem, you're going to take the $2,750 and let me get my calculator up here so I can do this with you. Okay, once again, you're going to take the $2,750. You are going to subtract your salvage value. So you are only going to depreciate $2,400 of the $2,750. And once again, this is to be depreciated in 4 years. So you're going to take that $2,400, trying to find my calculator. Okay, you're going to take the $2,400, multiply by the 4 years, and you're going to have $600. Now, please make note that that first year you bought it in October. So you're only going to depreciate November and December. So let me go through that math again. $2,750 is the original cost of the asset. We are then going to subtract the salvage value, $350, to get the $2,400. $2,400 divided by 4 years is $600 a year. Since we purchased it in October, you're only going to depreciate that first year for November and December. So how much of this $600 is it per month? I'm then going to divide by 12 months out of the year, and it's $50 a month. That's why my annual depreciation for the first year is only $100 for November and then December, adding up to $100, 50 times 2. So my annual depreciation is only $100 here, and then I subtract the $100 from the $2,750 to get $2,650 at the end of the first year. Now, I am going to depreciate this asset the full $600 the next year and then the next year. But that last year, please note that I disposed of this asset in July. So I am going to depreciate the asset for January, February, March, April, May, and June, which is 6 months. Once again, we determined that the depreciation value for each month is $50. So this was the 6th month of the year, or 6 months out of the year, so 6 times 50 equals 300. So I'm only depreciating this asset for $300 for the last year because I disposed of it in July. So therefore, I'm going to take my accumulated depreciation here of $1,300 plus my $300 to get $1,600. And then I end with $1,150. That is my ending book value of that asset. Now I'm going to ask you if you would please do the work together and the on your own on page 34.